I was a boy, everybody knew what a downwinder was. We were the anti-nuclear capital of the world. I was an autistic kid. My father was a drafted United States Marine, an incredible man. I come from an incredible family. My uncle stood on Omaha Beach on D-Day. I grew up on a huge ranch out by the lake. He was a beautiful, incredible person. He was at Pendleton, combat ready, and they were human guinea pig. They were marched into the trenches in Nevada. They're called atomic veterans. He nearly died at the blast. Between 1951 and 1968, we had 300 open-air tests. Well, as different scientists started to write about this, Wallace Stegner was at the University of Utah at the time. I got to know him. Edward Abbey was hanging around there. I got to know him. I got to know all these environmentalists, and I was an environmentalist, and it was a passionate, intense subject matter there.
All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. Bloomgate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call it Pacific genocide, whatever. It's fucking giant conspiratorial across all demographics. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. Bloomgate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call it Pacific genocide, whatever. It's fucking giant conspiratorial across all demographics. They'll be calling you a radical. May God have mercy on all of your souls.
Nuclear power was evolving. We were promised, oh, this can't happen. It will never happen. We cannot have a meltdown.
Well, good morning. All hands on deck. Literally all hands on. We got major breaking news this morning, which we've had our eye on it. I've been talking to the grassrooter part of our group in South Carolina, Michelle Grant down there, on the nuclear reactor in South Carolina. We know the flooding. I've been really keeping my eye on this flooding the last 3 days. This flooding's historic. It's mega. This is not your just, they've had, you think South Carolina knows how to deal with hurricanes? Of course. They know my Bonnie lies over the ocean. They know how to deal with hurricanes. This is historic, extreme. Here we go, 1,000 years again, but this is a major, major flooding. So CNN, of all credibility not needed, those pieces of shit are reporting that there are dams breaching in South Carolina as we speak. Now, a dam breach is a mega, mega story on its own right. But let's remember, scientists, the independent watchdog groups, concerned scientists did their research and did their data on dam breaching possibilities above nuclear reactors. South Carolina's reactor was on the top of the list, the top. Now let's remember the Energy Solutions dump site, which is the poster child for everything wrong with the nuclear industry in the United States. The only one that the only one that trumps that is San Onofre. The poster child for everything wrong with the nuclear industry is Energy Solutions. That dump site, of course, they're mega monster. They're trying to bring 700,000 to the police uranium here, and you, the mass murder and evil, delisted. Go Jazz in the Energy Solutions arena. This is how sick these are. The other sister facility is in South Carolina. Now, I had Michelle, she's on the phone yesterday. I'm putting bugs in ears all over down there. I talked to several of the news channels down there. They're reporting the flooding. I'm like, what about the dump sites? There's no bladder system. Now, I pushed for a bladder system for years. Now, would a bladder system matter? Not in a dam breach. Would a bladder system in what we call groundswell flooding, not river flooding? In a dump site, absolutely it would. It would catch the contaminations as it seeps into the aquifer. Hello, that's the thing. That's so outrageous. What rains, remember, the Energy Solutions dump site in Utah and here, they don't have containment vessels around them. They just bury in the dirt. I'm not kidding. The San Onofre generators, which is hotter and hot, it's here illegally. Look, this is how outrageous this is. I caught a reactor driving through East Layton here in Utah. You know, he pulled over right at the gas station where Bundy got one of his victims. I mean, what a metaphor. I got it on film. I got it on video. Right there. It's uncovered. Energy Solutions truck hauling the converter exchange, which is just a vent. It's just a piece of, apparatus, so some people tracked it down. I mean, this is how good our Army, they zoomed in on it, got the number, got the, what it is, where it came. It came from South Carolina. So they drove this thing all the way across the United States, hot, illegally, but no one cares. Send it to KSL. Why? Because we have no media. Look, and then we have, we have environmentalist groups. The environmental groups have failed us. They fucked us. Greenpeace is nothing but a fundraising apparatus. Ellicott, she's not anti-nuclear. Kevin Cansby on nuclear, they're not anti-nuclear. Arnie Gundershield, Fairwinds, they're not anti-nuclear. Chris Busby, they're not anti-nuclear. They're war profiteers who work for the industry. I cannot believe, Helen doesn't work. Don't group Helen in with those. Helen is not she doesn't work for the nuclear industry. Helen's an institution. She's Helen Caldicott. She's a writer. She's a secondhand movie star. And God bless her, she's made millions and millions of dollars off her books, and so she's a writer, do what you do, but she's surely not anti-nuclear, and she's surely not grassroots. So we rely on grassroots activists. So this genre that I've used, I have an army. My post-ignorance army out there is amazing. They're every nook and corner of this world. I have an activist, a grassrooters in every single state, I can name the names off every freaking state, in every country. They're all over this shit. So this is a big, big deal. I just threw up, I hit you, and by the way, the phone rings. I think it's heard. I just got shut up, and the video clicks off at 3:11. I mean, you can't make this shit up. So, look, we don't know. How can we know? Who's going to tell you? So Michelle's calling media down there and telling them, hey, they didn't even know what Fukushima was. She says, it was a storm surge that knocked out Fukushima. It was an earthquake. The same thing could happen here at the reactor, which the NRC themselves, the NRC nuclear rallying cheerleaders themselves have said over and over and over that, and look, here's what the NRC will tell you. I talk to the NRC all the time. They're like, Kevin, the American populace will not deal with this. We were never set up to handle nuclear waste, which is true. The Nuclear Regulatory Committee was set up to handle to police nuclear reactors. Because, now hear me out on this. When the laws were put in place that allowed nuclear as activists, and I was even involved clear back then with Stegner at Stanford. Stegner was in California then, but you got to realize the ties that went between Oregon and California then with Stegner, with Abbey, with all these guys, with even the Mormon Church, because the Mormon Church was anti-nuclear in those days. They're not now. They're pro-freaking anything for profit. Mormon Inc. Kill you. Just like the evangelicals, fucking anything for money. So part of the deal was this. By law, Congress passed the fucking law. Only Congress can make law, legally. I'll get into the TPP, that illegal fucking act, and that illegal fucking rat we have in the fucking White House who tricked us all, who's even worse than Bush. My God, can you believe this? Betrayer. What? Betrayal. Fuck. This guy, they talk about fucking dumping fucking poison in your ear. Betrayal, the worst thing that can happen to the human psychic. So the deal was it went to Yucca Mountain. That was the deal. It was passed, all centralized. So they were never set up to have nuclear waste on site. They were never set up to. So what have they done? Because Harry Reid's blocked Yucca Mountain. The casino industry's blocked Yucca Mountain. They don't want it there. So how do they block a congressional act? Executive order. Every single president, because they're all in nuclear. Why is everybody all in nuclear? Because it's the easiest cash cow in the world. Because Congress, number one, Price Anderson, floods the money to them. It's unlimited money. And the international community, through the IAEA in 59, through nuclear bombs, trump the fucking UN. They have veto power over the top of the fucking UN, the international, believe it or not. So it's unlimited money. And then the fear complex. Bomb, it's big, strong, tough, bully military. And I'll talk a little bit about the whole plowshares and, Megan Rice, the whole gig there, and, what plowshares is dead fucking wrong. Dead wrong on part. You heard me right. I love Megan, our mom, they're dead fucking wrong. Because they've taken the fucking mantra that nuclear bombs are bad, nuclear energy is okay. They're the same fucking thing. And I trumped their fucking gig. Oh, and she'll tell it, that's the nun that runs the complex. I sat with her. Kevin, boy, you sure did freaking take a nice. She said it was divine intervention. Well, good. I had to do what I had to do. You can't sit and tell me that fucking nuclear bomb's good. That's ignorant. It's ignorant. It's fucking total ignorant. I post ignorance. So the NRC will say, we were never set up to handle nuclear waste. And every time we try to have this conversation, the American refuses to have this conversation. We have hearings on the fucking Senate floor. No one shows up. No media shows up. And so what is media? Media is the tail wagging the dog. They're bowing to their fucking gold, fucking silver guns advertisers, which I talk to media all the time. And they're like, well, advertisers don't want to go with you. And I said, look, don't you see the New York Times? All of you fucking rats? Look, your fucking ratings are off a cliff. So you're still bowing to a fucking god that's fucking killing you. The gold fucking, these advertisers, look, when are you going to wake up and realize your business model is failing? You're supposed to lead. And then we have alternative media who's done the same thing. We're bowing to our advertisers. Silver, gold. Hello, why don't you fucking try reporting fucking news? Yeah. The advertisers will pull out, but you'll get new advertisers who'll come in. Maybe you'll get some viewers, you fucking idiots. What does it matter with this country? So they will refuse to have this conversation. And it's true. Who's to blame? The American populace is to fucking blame. They're ignorant. They're in La fuckingville. They're in Hairspray. They're at a masquerade fucking party. We're in their Bangladesh hill watching the fucking NFL, fucking a corrupt league that has non-profit, these fucking royals. They're feeding the Dragon Slayer. The very poorest are fucking feeding the very fucking rich complex, and everybody's going along with it. This is a fucking major story in South Carolina. Now, let's hope this dam doesn't breach. And it hasn't yet, from what I understand. CNN's reporting that there's multiple dams breaching. This is historic flood. We have historic fucking weather patterns. I mean, here in the western United States, people are in such epic fucking denial. Look, droughts and this western fucking drought is not just about fucking lack of water. It's about heat. Heat radiates the fucking earth. You should see these trees along here. I'm paying attention to them. I'm an environmentalist. I'm out in this I can tell you I have relationships with trees like I do people. I can tell you stories. I've done videos on my favorite trees, whatever. I'm seeing my fucking family of trees that I really keep my eyes on since I was a little boy fucking suffering. In early October, they don't turn brown and branches don't fall off. That happens in late October. These fuckers are suffering mightily. They're dying. I'm fucking looking at groves of cottonwoods, fucking groves of things, and everybody says, well, the Mormons fucking made the desert bloom, stuff that the Mormons planted, yeah, in the 1860s, 70s, 80s. But I'm talking around the fucking delta, along the fucking rivers, where these fucking giant fucking big groves that they haven't cut down are still there. They're fucking suffering mightily. They're dying. This fucking heat source. Is it depleted fucking ozone? Absolutely, it's depleted ozone. Does it carbon fucking fuel? Fuck yes. Anybody that doesn't believe that said, but let's remember this too. What about Fukushima? The greatest heat source in human history, bringing star power to Earth. They brought star power to Earth. Look, that's been Livermore's goal. The nuclear fucking energies, these control freaks are out of control. It's serious. The TPP, look, it all fucking goes together, and I can bet you, and I'll bet you any one of you, anybody out there on fucking Earth, I'll bet Cassandra's son, and how well I've been at hypothesizing things forward. I will bet you anything. And it'll be anonymous that does it. Our group will do it. The rest of TP is going to get leaked now. They'll probably just slowly 1099 or 1090 you and fucking gaslight you and boil you the frog and slowly leak it out like they did the investigation on the baseball players. Here, let's put one name out, we'll get mad out, then the next name out. And just like they did Fukushima, they'll try to boil you like the fucking frog boiling 101. So it's going to come out now that they got it passed. I don't give a fuck if it comes out now. And I'll bet you anything, and I'll bet anybody wants to, it's all shrouded in nuclear. It's all shrouded in nuclear waste. This is the whole complex they're playing. So they haven't been able to store the waste anywhere, so they've been secretly dumping it WIP. I'm the guy that reported the second that came out. The very first report on Earth on WIP was me again. Well, I talked to the guy, and Dana did that great video of the year we fucking all decided before my post-ignorance army all quit me. My grassrooters are still out there, by the way. You know, we voted that fuck when he did the Beagle Killer down there. You know, and they talked about, you know, don't use the word. Look, I'm the guy that talked to the reporter first. I called him that fucking day. You know, people jump on 4 or 5 fucking days later or 6 days. I do it immediately when it fucking happens, and that's proof. You know, I knew it was a fucking lie, and here it comes right back, traces right back to Peterson, which I know fucking those rats that made the containment vessel. It's not their fault. It's American public's fault. So they've had to stick it somewhere. These things are overflowing. Look, these fucking reactors are not set up to handle all this fucking waste. They can't handle it. It's on roofs. They're swimming pools. They have to stay cool. They have to use tremendous energy staying cool. It's a disaster. They know it's a disaster. The NRC will tell you. You know, I'm at the Omni. Let's think about the serfdom. At the Omni Spa Hotel, they have the San Alfred shutdown hearing on 10/27. Think about the dates they always have. Yeah, the fucking Cuban Missile Crisis date. I mean, that's where Tiger fucking Woods and these little phony fucking rats hang out. The rooms are $400 a night. Why would they not have it at a public library? Because they just waste the fuck. That's how serfdom works. You got a government fucking serfdom job. You don't do anything, and you fucking travel around on the government's dime, and you say it's I know it because there's no media to pin them down. The shit wouldn't have flowed 20, 30 years ago. Fucking media would have been investigative journalism. The fucking would have reported. The American populace would have fucking been outraged. People would have went to jail. We have no media. You know, like I said, our last stand's anonymous. The only reason we know the 4 fucking of the 26 of fucking TPP, we don't even know if it's 26. We don't even know what the real number is. No one fucking knows. Now you think about it, a congressional act that fucking thing. So they backdoored the complete fabric of the American fucking Constitution, the fabric of law. There's no law. There's no justice. You know, we want justice. Even the Masonics used to say justice and liberty. There's no justice with skull and bones. It's globalism. And they shiny ball you. Fucking, they pay the fucking far radical right and insane fucking softball, t-ball playing left. They pay them. They shiny ball you. You know, they love it. When you're all caught up on guns, fucking gold, and fucking homosexuality, they love it. Because you're fucking passionate. They know their knee-jerk, passionate, emotional fucking issues, and they know that you lose your mind and all logic when you're off into that fucking realm. They know you have no reality, and they prey on the ignorant. And the ignorant takes the field. So you can't have a logical conversation about your job, about your health, about nuclear waste. These things that fucking really matter in your life. The only things that matter in your life. They economically fuck you. And you're participating in your own fucking getting fucked. You know, it's unbelievable. You still hear it all the time. I still hear it all the time. We can't have fucking tariffs. Fuck, we got to fucking, you can't block us from trade. Have you saw the fucking trade deficit post-NAFTA? Have you seen the debt? Have you seen the dollar post-NAFTA? These people fucking, I mean, reality means nothing to anyone. It's a failed experiment. It's fucking you. It's fucking you. You're working longer and longer, and you're fucking to go spinning death in a death spiral. They're doing it. TPP's the county jewel. TPP fucked you so fucking hard you don't even know what it is. It's an illegal act. And mark my words, no changes are permanent. It's just like these cop killings. These cop killings go in there and kill people, and they're documentary filmmakers making shit. Just because the culture's fucked up now, I got news for all you cops. There's no statute of limitations on murder. There's fucking cold cases, and especially you young cops. You don't think you're going to get charged with murder a decade from now, 20 years? You're going to. You're going to. Culture changes very quickly. And this is unsustainable, ignorant this whole fucking thing they pulled off on you on Operation Foxconn, that fucking cops are heroes and throw fucking things of there, and that these fucking environmental fucking crimes against humanity, they just get away with them. And these illegal congressional acts, Bush stole the election. He did not win. You got 2 Supreme Court justices that are totally illegitimate. That's not my words. That's Justice Minor's words, and it's true. Look, he did not win. Look, and these illegal fucking acts, these executive orders are illegal. Only Congress can make law. It's illegal. These things are going to be overturned at some point. Is it going to be too late? Yeah, for us. But the children, not for them. You know, they're going to fucking make change, real change, not by want, by necessity. You seen the fucking debt? You know, you see student debt. There's no fucking jobs. This dynamic is unsustainable, 100% unsustainable. It's an unhealthy which I said the day they signed NAFTA, I went on these fucking rants and went crazy exactly like this. So this is unsustainable. We have a 2 billion workforce out there. You cannot compete with them. The average fucking wage on earth is 17 cents an hour. Slavery is legal in the TPP region. You heard me right. In part of the TPP region you signed, slavery is legal. You heard me. Indonesia, slavery is legal. That's where they're going to go. So the environmental laws, you can rape, fucking kill, you can kill extinct animals, you can kill fucking anything endangered, whatever. This thing backdoors American law, so the corporations go into the world courts. And the world courts, we know, are completely hijacked. There are no world courts. It's globalist. It's illegal act. How can you fucking pass an act through the United States Congress and those fucking, look, you don't think the Republican Party is evil, sick and evil? I want you to look it up right now. Every single fucking Republican, I think one didn't vote for it in the Senate. In the House, they all voted for it. It's like when they pass in the Senate, it's over. Well, we still have a chance of blocking a Congress. Are you kidding me? A Republican-led Congress? Do you know how insane the Republican Party is? So we're like, well, they got to have 60 votes. And you think Obama's a fucking Democrat or a progressive? Are you kidding? This globalist rat's more far fucking neo-fucking globalist fucking rat than Clinton. Than Bush. Whoever believed it? Where did they find this fucking guy? Oh, it's Skull and Bones at fucking Harvard. Boy, did he con us. I can't believe this guy can even sleep at, well, he's an unconscious sociopath like the rest. Like Clinton. These sickening globalist fucking rats. So we got 11 senators, or was it 13? I think it was 13. We have the list. We have a list of the Democratic betrayal 13, these rats, because they promised. They all says, no, we're blocking it. They will never get TPP through. It's a global threat. So they bought them. We've got their faces and names. You know, she's so disgusting down there in Louisiana. She makes me sick. You know, and then, how about Dianne Feinstein? Oh, my God, that's one evil fucking sick sociopath there. But Wyden? This is a guy that went to Fukushima, who I've been dealing with his office on Fukushima. What did they do, threaten his whole family? My guess is they probably fucking threatened him big time, or they bought him. How can you fucking run in Oregon and be that environmental conscious, go to Fukushima, demand fucking things, and then now you completely go the opposite? That's betrayal. And everybody says, well, they threaten him. Then why do you run for office? You know, Teddy Roosevelt was shot through the heart in his speech. You know, comes with the territory. You know, an assassinated United States president, assassinated, we know by the Queen. It's unarguable fact. A congressional act naming a mountain over an assassinated president, and another arrogant fucker takes his name off without the act of Congress. It's fucking beyond treason. It's against the law. They are violating the... And then everybody just gets caught up in the Second Amendment. Let's remember the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, the 8th are all about due process. Is there any due process when a fucking judge is issuing a fucking warrant over the phone on hearsay by some fucking cop when, look, they have booty laws? Do you understand what booty laws are? My Bonnie lies over the ocean. Yeah, she's from South Carolina. You know, that elitist, she walked, do you know, when Blackbird and all of them were fucking killed, you know, she fucking got out of it. Yeah, he got her out of it. I mean, it's amazing. These cops legally can go in, kick down doors, pull over cars, steal fucking shit. They have no fucking accountability, and they get to keep everything they find. It used to be they prayed all the fucking dope out and the fucking money out, and the media would fucking report. No, they keep it now. Don't you see that? They get to keep it. So they go in and they can kill people and keep all the money. They're criminals. These are fucking, this is worse than any mob and gang ever dreamed of being. Against the law. These are fucking violating the United States Constitution, the 4th Amendment, the 5th Amendment, the 6th. You know, you get caught up on the fucking 1st and the 2nd. What about all those? They're all equally weighted. The 9th is just as fucking heavily weighted as the fucking 2nd. The 1st, they're all equal. There was one swipe of the pen. They're all equally weighted. They're all as important as each other. Yeah, we left the 9 open so we could amend, but amend the fucker then. You know, I can get into the 27th Amendment. That's a bullshit amendment, by the way. You know, I used to say how many times the Constitution been amended? 18, because the first 10 was one swipe. But look, it still exists. Only Congress can make law. The NRC, look, the nuclear industry violates the fucking Constitution more than anybody. Congress passed Yucca Mountain. Why is it not in Yucca Mountain? It's all stored on site. So we got extreme weather patterns with old, worn-out, fucked-up lessons fucking learned from Fukushima. You know, the worst thing, and Obama, I'm telling you, his legacy is so fucking gone forever. Not just BP, Fukushima, Fukushima, Fukushima. He gave that press conference. You know he was flown out of the country when Fukushima happened. So was his whole family. They knew the plume. The NRC, Gina McCarthy, fucking, what she pulled, she was head of RadNet. You know they crashed RadNet. That was a government thing. We spent billions of dollars post 9/11, the fear complex, all because of dirty bombs. That we know of the 400 fucking 10 dirty bombs all over the world. They're called nuclear reactors. So they crashed it. So what did that answer? Raise the fucking limits. So Obama gives that speech at the White House. And we've got it recorded. Oh, it's recorded all over. It's all over YouTube, the power of YouTube, that incredible library. Hopefully, you know, these things are backed up and it never goes down. He says, we still, after Fukushima happens, we still need a balance of nuclear power because he's Joe Nuclear. He's all nuclear. And he says, the public has the right to know, and they demand to know, and that's why we're going to be the most transparent, and we're going to tell them everything. Why the biggest lie you ever heard? Why is completely covering up all of Fukushima? They have the right to know. A bold-faced, in-your-face fucking lie. I mean, not even spin. Not even fucking spin, just a pure right in your face. You know, Bush did the same fucking things on 9/11, just bold-faced lies. You know, talking about we're going to trace the money, you know, we're going to get him while he's flying out every fucking Saudi national in the country, including right here at our university. He's flying them out, and he knows he's flying them out. He's lying right to your face, just like Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, fucking sending your jobs to China, signing fucking that, lying bold right in your face. The biggest lie I've ever seen, and this takes new fucking lows. I'm so outraged. I cannot believe how outraged. And I cannot believe how outraged. This is how fucked up the so-called establishment environmentalists are. Greenpeace, Sierra Club have all been hijacked. Stegner's rolling over in his fucking grave. That's how Stegner was killed, by the way, you know. He refused to spend the Sierra Club's fucking money. So he was driving. He shouldn't have been driving, and he fucking, you know, he got hit and killed. Well, now the Sierra Club flies around in a fucking Learjet. And the Greenpeace here in the United States, Greenpeace in Europe is fantastic, by the way, but Greenpeace here, Greenpeace in Austria is the greatest fucking activist in the fucking world. Greenpeace here is a fucking establishment money-making apparatus. So the New York Times, this is how they fucking spin. New Zealand held out on TPP. So, you know, I was 10-4 good buddies. 10-4 got signed on 10-4, globalist buddies, but it actually got signed on 10-5. Remember the 5th of October. Never forget it. New Zealand held out. They signed it at fucking 2 or 3 in the morning. Now, when is these UN rats going to stay up till 2, 3, 4 for anything? Oh, they did. So they actually signed 10-5, which we knew was going to happen. These globalist fucking rats. An illegal fucking act. Now, globally, fuck, do whatever you want, New Zealand. Do whatever the fuck you want fucking all over the world. I guess you're populist. You know what? I don't understand the Constitution in those places, but I do here. And I do here, and you cannot pass a fucking congressional fucking act without it being transparent, and without, that's what the First Amendment's all about, is transparency. So we can have media go through it, and we can critique it, and we rely on the media, but fuck, we can't even, watchdogs, grassroots activists. And I love it how us, as grassroots activists, with not one single fucking dime, struggling, suffering, fucking penniless, all of us, the real grassrooters, and I know who they are, we're all penniless. We're all broke off our fucking asses, have no money, and we're the ones doing all the fucking work. Oh my God, like I said, you know, and by the way, this fucking Chris Brand, who's fucking, this little fucker, I'm going to get this motherfucker. You know, he's trying to go after Jan Brooks. Look, Miss Milky the Clown used to use humor and fucking different things on her videos now. He's copying her exact fucking shit now and trying to put an AdSense count. You know, she was the pioneer. That's her gig, you fuckhead. That's hers. Jan Brooks invented that. Invented that take. He's even using her exact shit. By the way, you know, I'm going to flag that motherfucker. I'm going to go after that. You know, because you go to his site, and then you go to his site, and he's got Bigfoot. That's what's killing us. It's called false equivalency. You know, and you dumb fuckers will do it on your fucking own. You know, these softballers. You got Jack, you got fucking Denard, you got all these fuckers that go after me. Ha! You fucking softball pussies. You know, you fucking got no fucking clue, no rhyme, or no reason how to fight this fucking battle. You know, so we're battling fucking the real grassrooters you never heard of. You know, Caldecott ain't doing shit. Kevin Camps, oh my God, that fucking beltweight dude, he needs his ass kicked. So does that fucking Busby. Busby said it. RT, and fuck the fucking RT. They'll show up to Million Mass and do their fucking chopping and cropping on me, and you know, Steve and all of us like they do. Fuck them. We're the media now. Who fucking wants them? They're fucking rats just like the mainstream. Alternative is just as fucking bad. Crop, chop, put up. Busby said on RT. Oh, the Ocean's a big fucking... Now, I want every activist, anybody who knows anything about nuclear to know this. This is the first words when you know they're fucking lying rats. This is 101. Anybody that says that uses the word dilution with nuclear fallout, you know they're a rat right there. Nuclear fallout does not dilute. It is the opposite of dilution. The solution to pollution is dilution. Ha! Number one, it's not pollution. It's nuclear fallout. It does not dilute, it grows. Fukushima, nuclear fission. And just like now you got an article coming out of the LA Times saying how the fucking animals are thriving in fucking Chernobyl. Bullshit! Those fucking liars. Yeah, there's certain species that are doing better because there's no people there and there's no hunters and they actually have the wilderness to themselves. But the small fucking, been proven, documented, heavily documented. I've seen so much video content out of it. All the small fucking animals and mammals are fucking going away. And the idea that the wolves' numbers are increasing, no, they're not. They're staying stable. Same with the deer. They're staying somewhat fucking stable. Some of the boars. But the majority of the fucking animals are all fucking dead because they're sterilized. It's just like the giant catfish in the pond there because they fucking got sterilized. So they're not fucking producing any offspring. The same thing's going in the Pacific Ocean. It's been well documented with the orcas. The orcas communicate. I mean, there's so few orcas on Earth in the Pacific, these fucking scientists, you know, which won't talk about Fukushima, they know that they can recognize their voices. They know how communication they are. They're not communicating. They stopped producing a couple years ago. I mean, is it sterilization Fukushima? Yeah. Hello? That's what fucking nuclear fallout does. I mean, it's sickening. What a way to control population is kill old people through fucking goddamn leukemia. My God, why don't you have a conversation with the Catholic fucking Church? You know, go to Haiti and say, why the fuck are you having so many fucking kids when you can't support what you got? Same in the fucking Mexico. Breeding like flies. In an unsustainable population, then dump the rest of the fucking population that, you know what Mexico does. It's true. Dump your criminals, your unwanted on the fucking border here. Let the U.S. deal with them. Well, whose fault is it? Whose fault is it? Us. You're willing to say, oh, look, I got this brown guy mowing my lawn. He's cheap. I got this fucking brown guy fucking putting fake stone and shitty fucking sheetrock on my house. He's cheap. And the exploiters take the field. But you're the ones that fucking let them on your property. Some fucking contractor in Hairspray pulls up with a crew. You throw the fucker and say, get the fuck out of here. Fuck you. You're eroding the tax base? What the fuck's the matter with you fucking people? Are you fuckers so fucking disconnected and so gone? Your fake fucking styrofoam facade. It goes from A to Z. Your house, your personality, your person, your fucking everything. Your whole fucking being. I can prove it. I'm a socioeconomist. You know, go all the way back. I like the number one study that I look at has been done for fucking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. What are people reluctant to talk about in fucking public? Even in private. It's always been sexuality. Always been Freud. Freud fucking used it. It's been used over and over and over. Not now. In the past. In the United States, it got fucking trumped several years ago. It's dead. I mean, it's a facade. Everybody's a cartoon character here. You know, what do you think all the tattoos are? They're a cartoon. It's all fucking this false bravado image. You know, the whole Harley apparatus, the fucking car, the fucking gun, they put the headbands. You look at everybody, dressing up your kids with peace signs. It's all fucking image. It's not who I am. It's what my neighbors think I am. That's a horrible way to live. It's a fucking nightmare. Why do you think we have the pill popping epidemic? They know the facade deep down in their core. You can't trick your subconscious unless you're a sociopath. And we know statistically how many people are sociopaths. 1 in 1,000? You know, is Obama? Is Clinton, is Bush? Absolutely, they're sociopaths. Look, and we know sociopaths usually come from abused childhoods. Look, these skull-bone rats look for these fucking abused children. You think about it, Clinton and Obama come from the exact same dynamic. Poor mothers. Abused by men. You don't think Barack Obama's fucking mother was hardcore fucking abused? That girl was so abused. You know, it's sad. What a brilliant woman. Now, think about it. She's an only child born in Kansas to an arrogant fucking asshole. Now, if you don't believe me, you think about this. His name was Stanley. Got one child. So it's a girl. He doesn't want a girl. He wants a boy. He says, well, I was going to name it Stanley Jr. after me. So he names the girl Stanley. Okay, good enough. She has a middle name named Ann. Stanley Ann Dunham. Brilliant woman. Brilliant woman. So he requires her to go by Stanley. The schools go to the parents. Say, hey, you know, this is, you can't, she's taking too much shit. She's taking too much heat. You know, let's tell her Ann. No. She goes by Stanley. He required her to go by Stanley. He was a control freak. And, you know, she still lived with him when she was 19 years old. When they moved to Hawaii, when it became a state in 1959, and he was all chasing money. You know, they were the bank examiner mama. They chased money to Hawaii. They thought it was an economic opportunity for them. A lot of people went to Hawaii. You know, the poor islanders. So, you know, the white fucking blue-eyed devils could fucking colonialize them. So they go there. They move there. She goes, I mean, the dad, she's 19 years old. You know, she goes with him. She's going to college. She's a brilliant fucking woman. I mean, she's so abused, so she meets this abusive fuckhead, Barack Obama's father. Do you know he was a polygamist? Do you know that? He was married. African where polygamy is legal. He didn't tell his Barack's mama. You don't think she had daddy issues? Yeah, we know how that works. We know how that works with, you know, and she went for it. He fucking conned her. By the way, you do know his dad. He ended up at Skull and Bones at Harvard. That's right. That's right. That's where he ended up. Had nothing to do with fucking piece of shit. All he did was plant the seed in her. He never raised that boy. That's what pieces of shit do. He's a piece of fucking shit. You know, so she finds out that he's married. She throws that fucker out. You know, she's got to be heartbroken. I mean, horrific. Then she meets this fucking other fucking abusive rat. He's so abusive. So she moves with the boy. They move to Thailand. Down there. They have another child with him. Barack Obama has 9 stepbrothers and sisters. That's right, 9. One of them, I think it's down to, yeah, he would have had 10. One of them was killed in a car wreck. But, so, this fucker's an abusive. He's so abusive in the place where TPP is going to be as slaves. That's where children are legally to smoke. Their slavery is legal. It's supposed to be. It's the greatest monarchy in the world. The greatest royal monarchy in the world that reigns is the royal family in Thailand. So this fucker, he's so abusive to the children that the mama in Hawaii goes to work and she forces that they bring the child there to get him out of that fucking. So Barack is raised in Hawaii by the grandparents, by the grandpa who abused the fuck out of his daughter by naming her Stanley and required to use the name. That's hardcore abuse. This area. So then, you know, Barack Obama's a grown fucking man. She's young, 52. She gets fucking cancer. She's a downwinder fucking born and raised in Kansas. This is this is the fucking chain of abuse. He doesn't even know he's abusing his mother's own legacy from the grave. She dies at 52 years old. She's a downwinder, the nuclear stream murderer, and he's all nuclear. That's how abuse works, isn't it? Isn't it the fucking abused become the abuser? You know, the chain smoking, him and Biden used to go fucking, both of them need to get cancer. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, but fucking karma's a motherfucker. You know, go have a cigarette together, you sick fuckers. This arrogant fucker? I can't believe this guy. His mother's a downwinder. He has no respect for her. They're fucking nuclearizing the world. Covering up Fukushima is the greatest crime against humanity in fucking history. By millions and millions of fucking times. The death of the Pacific Ocean, are you kidding me? The radiation levels, the cancer fucking levels will spike, longevity's on the way down. I can't believe this fucking country. TPP, oh my God. They pass a global trade agreement fucking without fucking anybody being able to see it. The only and the New York Times comes out and hits the headline. This is the headline. This is the propaganda rats that they are. Being paid to do it? Gotta be. Environmentalists applaud the TPP. What? When every environmentalist group, even the hijack ones, come out against it. The Endangered Species Act, gone. Fucking, all the fucking, well, they backdoored the entire EP Act in 1970. Well, who's Gaylord? Look up Gaylord. You know, when that fucking act passed, what was it, 70 or 71? It passed Congress by fucking, I think there was only one vote against it. One. That's how fucking conscious America was. What happened to us? You know, television, they fucking brainwashed us. They fucking got you on the fucking, they put a magnet up. This big old fucking shiny magnet. And then they threw, on the far right, they threw everything that stick to the magnet. They knew the D-jerk issues. They know what they are. Guns. Gold. And this is a magnet that fucking gold fucking does attach to. This is their special magnet. It's called gaslighting. It's been fucking used for hundreds. None of this is new. It's like 9/11. Oh, that's new conspiratorial. Like, look it up. 1969, 1970, there were fucking 40 hijackings in each year. Fucking Islamic extremists fucking threatening to fly them into nuclear reactors. Look it up. Look it up. How fucking soon you forgot? You all, what do you got, fucking tension spans as long as you're fucking dicks in America? You all grew up in there, the baby boom. What the fuck's the matter with you people? You're so generational arrogance. Me. Oh, the earth can't go on with it. I'm going to take it with me. Self-fulfilling prophecy, Mormon Inc., evangelicals, Jesus Christ, what's that fucking woman in fucking Virginia, the mega tree? Her fucking compound's bigger than fucking Joel Osteen's. Joel Osteen's going down $33 million a year. Tax-free. The NFL, fucking tax-free, has fucking non-profit through the IRS. This is how hijacked you fucking people are. But you're just all worried about homosexuality and guns. And fucking media just throws it at you. You know, it's like somebody asked me about fucking gay marriage. What do you think about gay marriage? I says, not very often. What? I says, how does the state get involved in marriage? I don't think heterosexual. I've never believed in marriage. Through the state, you know. Get marriages, so you're going to get married, have your fucking, you know, somebody you think's an elder in the community, somebody that you respect, whatever, and write your vows and have a wedding. Why do you got to get the state an illegal document? So they can track you and fucking trace you? Fuck, it's all control. Yeah, and then everybody says, oh, fuck, free market fairy tales. Get rid of the EPA. Why don't you eat? That's fucking rats. You know, it's just like they cut food inspection as Fukushima's happening. You don't think you need controls? You need oversight? Glass-Steagall? Fuck, you have to have these monsters, and history proves it to us over and over and over. You can have unchecked, fucking, unwielded greed and power. It's called neo-feudalism. And then Savage and these fucking rats and, and all these far-righters call it New World Order? That's shiny ball shit. They're paid to do that. Just like Illuminati, to turn it into a contract character. Those terms are grotesque. I mean, it's up is down, black is white. New? It's old world order. So what do? They just throw the opposite in you. Freedom fries. That was used in World War I. The same old bullshit, the fucking nation building, the flag wrapping. This country was never flag wrappers. Until now, that's all post-war. We didn't have a fucking Star-Spangled Banner. You know that until fucking after the war. You didn't stand up at baseball games. Baseball games didn't sing Star-Spangled Banner. Now they stand up and say we'd like to honor our veterans and our fucking heroes, police officers and firefighters. When was the last time a firefighter was killed? So you just keep throwing money at them. When fucking TPP's murdering you want to know who the real heroes are? Grassroots activists in the street trying to fight and protect you. Real Media Anonymous. Bradley Manning, that's a fucking hero. Snowden, that's a hero. Michael Hastings, that's a hero. Aaron Swartz, that's a hero. So what do you fuckers do? You kill the heroes. You grandstand at a fucking cop that kicks down your door and murders his own cop. He's a hero. They're not heroes. They're victims of a fucked up system. That they're somehow the public's the bad guys. They're not police. You know, get a chance, go see Peace. I know every single player in that fucking movie, every single one. I've known Dub since I was a child. Friends with Danielle's mom. You know, I saw that. You know, they show the picture of Danielle's body laying there. I mean, if that doesn't break your fucking heart. And, you know, the cops have been sucked in, too. They've been sucked in. This military throws this fucking money at. They grandstand them. Well, fucking just keep throwing more money at them, and you stand up and worship them. Then it goes to their fucking heads. They become egomaniacs. That's what happens. That's what happens to athletes. That's what happened to Hitler. You know, they used him as a puppet. They stood him on there, and everybody's cheering him. You know, fuck, look at that old footage. This fucker got so full of himself. You're only human. Police are only human. So you put them up on this fucking pedestal, and then they just start to drink. You know, they're only human. They're only people. And the whole element, the common denominator, I mean, the whole fucking bang, bang, fucking shoot 'em up. Let's watch a cowboy movie. You know, let's go, bang, bang, bang. It's bad guy, good guy. No, it's not. There's always fucking underlying circumstances in all these cases. They're crimes of passion. They're intense. Look, it's always sex and or money. You know, I know the truth about all these fucking stories, and there's more to these stories in Ogden because I'm a part of this community. I know these people. You know, girl goes off, you know, whatever. She goes to Vegas, goes on something, and while she's gone, the husband finds out that she's lying. That she's having a fucking sexual affair with another man. That's what it always is. Always is. Always. He becomes so distraught and emotional. That's one hardcore emotional event in a person's life. Hard fucking. People can't even fucking relate. They lose their mind. But they have a gun. And when you have a gun, you know, look at what's his name, the NFL player. That's exactly what happened with him. He kills her in a fucking rage because he loses his mind emotionally. We know that happens. That's what the friggin', so then the cops are called and there's a gun in the fucking house. Then it's hee-haw, shoot 'em up, cowboy. We got us a fucking war. They don't give a fuck about your idealistic dogma. Oh, we support the cops and I got my gun so they support me. No, they don't. They don't give a fuck because they're hee-haw and they want to protect themselves and they're fucking scared. You know, and so the situation's become out of control. It's a cultural problem, and there's fucking plenty to blame on both sides. But we as a populace feed that dynamic. There's plenty of good fucking cops, but we should just throw money at these fuckers, throw more money at these fucking guys, and then fucking stand up and worship them at ball games. Our heroes. They're not heroes. They're not fucking heroes. Neither are firemen. You talk to a New York City fireman. They'll tell you the same thing. They make $180 grand, $200 grand a year for doing nothing. They don't fight fires. Now, here in Utah, they're paramedics. But I got friends with firemen that says, fuck, we're lucky we get one call a fucking year. They just keep throwing money at us. Now, there's plenty of Utah districts here that they're ETMs. And so they work the balls off here. But not New York. You know, it's all fucking shiny ball shit. It's all fucking social engineering. For you to fucking the police state. You've gone along. Johnny, get your gun, get your gold, get your silver. It's fucked you. Alternative media has fucked you. They fucked us all. But you played along. You think you're going to be the next American Idol. You know, Hartman did that one piece. You know, and Hartman's just as fucking bad. He's alternative media that's horrible. Kevin Camp and Paul, the Beltway dudes. That's coming from John Hurley's mouth at the middle. When I gave the speech, had me and Steve Grant together. Steve Grant and I together, that incredible, brilliant, freak artist activist that he is, he's a genius. You know, I had the microphone to him. You know, we do our, it was powerful shit. You know, that day we led that fucking march, the inauguration of the Million Mass March. Remember the 5th of November. It was all said right then. It was all said then and there. No media, John Hurley showed up. That's the National Press Corps. The guy that was head of the National Press, he told me, he says, Kevin Camps and Paul, there's Beyond Nuclear are supposed to be the anti-nuclear guys in this town. They're not. He says, they're Beltway dudes. He says, you go to any party, anything, there they are. He says, you know how much money they pull down each? And believe me, and it's tax-free. Think about this. You got Goodell in the NFL making $44 million tax-free. The NFL, tax-free. Fucking college football stadiums, tax-free. You, the taxpayer, build their stadiums. Jim Harbaugh is paid by the state taxpayer of Michigan. You think all that revenue they generate and buy your fucking Bangladesh-made gear and you put your fucking jersey on and go root for a bunch of slaves on the... These kids know they're slaves. You get fucking hurt, you lose your scholarship. They sign 1-year fucking deals. They paid nothing. They're going to bed fucking hungry. They're slaves. And you stood in the fucking thing and shoot chicken when they're going to release the lions on, bash their brains in. Johnny, you're going to play in the NFL. And none of them do. And even if they do, the average NFL career is less than 3 years. The taxpayer builds the stadium. They have tax-free status. These owners are billionaires with a B. And you, the taxpayer, are funding that. The very poor are supporting the rich. They go to the fucking ghettos, the fucking, the places they've ravished, like Detroit, Michigan, fucking Roger and me. He's lost his fame. He's gone. But he did great work with Roger and me and fucking Fahrenheit 9/11's fucking one of the most brilliant documentaries in the history of mankind. Of course, he's gone. He's done. He comes out and supported nuclear because he's stupid. He's lost his fucking mind because he let his body go. Look, if you lose your physicality, you lose your mind. Now, there's plenty of handicapped people that have no chance, and they make great activists, by the way. The handicapped are the best fucking keyboard activists in the world. We have plenty of them that show up to million miles. You know how hard it is for them to travel? Somebody who's bound to a wheelchair. Think about Dane up there. He's in a wheelchair most of the time. Look about that fucking work. By the way, I'm awarding him a PhD. I already awarded myself my own PhD. So, and I'm the fucking peer review. I'm the fucking peer review. They make great activists. They have time. They know what suffering's about. Why do you think Franklin fucking switched groups? He comes from oligarchy. How old was he when he got polio? His mother used to talk about how beautiful his legs were, and he loved the environment. He loved to swim. He wasn't a kid when he lost his legs. What was he, 32, 34 when he lost his legs? Oh, he got it. He understood pain. Then his mind changed. He's like, oh my God, now I get it. Now I understand. Jamie Dimon understand now that he's fucking dying of fucking cancer and they're lying? I don't know if those arrogant fuckers finally do at the very, very end. But from what I understand, and I don't know, this is hearsay on Steve Chinese Jobs. What I understand on Steve Chinese Job, I like that Lion Rat Isaacson. I was in the fucking room getting diagnosed when Isaacson was lying about that book. Should have had the sir bullshit. He had the access to the best medical center in the world. He's one of the richest men on the face of the earth. And by the way, where's his wife with all her fucking money? They got so much money hobnobbing around. Fucking Tim Cook, that rat. Steve Jobs would knock fucking Tim Cook out right now. He would hate that fucker. He knows he made a mistake with that rat. He's out, By the way, Tim Cook is gay, and his trade partner in China, where they're making all this shit, and in Indonesia, most of TPP, the areas, you know what the punishment for being gay is? That's right, execution, so you can get some fucking shaved head hair extensions to run down the NFL field with. They still execute people in fucking Indonesia for being gay. That's your new trade partners, Tim Cook. So, Steve Chinese Jobs, flying team out, he had pancreatic cancer. And he was so brilliant and so smart. He was one of the biggest pricks in the world. First job he ever had was a guy from right here, Atari. He said he had to make him work nights. He was that big of a prick. Everybody hated him. I met him many times. My Wall Street career was all about semiconductors. I was a semiconductor analyst for a long time. Apple, fuck. How about Apple, $7 a share in 2003? It's unbelievable that he was able to even buy 5-6 years. And he thought he had a beat. He had transplants. He had the best care in the world. Teams of doctors. His arrogance with flying teams, he thought he could beat it. But I understand, and I don't know if this is true, at the end he became a very humble guy. I think that's evident in his trying to repair his relationship with his mom. With his daughter. Just like Obama. Steve Jobs' dynamic parents are exactly the same as Marie Antoinette, Barack Obama's. Same thing. The brilliant young woman abused, with abusive father, and then he becomes the abuser. Remember, Steve Jobs he abandoned his own child, just like his dad abandoned him. And who Steve Jobs' sister is. She's in the club. They didn't even know each other. She tracks down Steve Jobs' freaking real dad. And after her and Steve freaking become friends, they didn't know who each other were. She says, I found your dad. Do you want to go visit? No, fuck him. Fuck that rat, what he did to me. But Steve Jobs knew he had a predisposition to fucking cancer. Because he knew he was playing with all that technology in fucking Hewlett-Packard's fucking garage. He knew that. That's why everybody talks about his uniform, the black shirt and the fucking Levi. He never changed clothes. He wouldn't take a shower because he knew the water was contaminated in there. He knew. He was so militant against cancer that it was unbelievable. He was a freak about it. Really a freak. because he knew, and then he gets it. He bought 5-6 years of. Nobody does that. It's so rare. It's such a fucking rare survival. Pancreatic cancer. There's a few, but he knew. So she says, I found him. So you want to go see him? Fuck no. He's got a coffee shop in Sacramento. So she goes to Sacramento, and she says, I wish you would have found me when I was somebody. And she says, what do you mean? She says, well, I had a restaurant in the valley there where Apple's headquartered, where the fucking NFA rats fucking loom now and ruined that place. Sunny. Yeah, I like how it's named Sunny. Fuck, it's all done. Every Friday night, my restaurant, I had a restaurant there. Everybody was anybody came at my restaurant. Steve Jobs used to come in every Friday night to my restaurant. Me and him would talk for hours. And Steve made a promise not to tell him, because that was my dad. So she goes back and says, hey, you remember this restaurant that you used to go to? Oh, yeah. Do you remember that guy? Yeah, I used to like that guy. He said, that's your dad. What? So the abusive motherfucker that he was, then Steve becomes the abusive. Steve Jobs, you want to talk two arrogant fuckers having a conversation? Barack Obama had good intentions. Do not kid yourself. But Bill Clinton, goddamn, that other abused child. Let's see, a hillbilly from Arkansas, didn't he know his father? Abusive fucking thing. You think that that story that his father was just fucking killed? His real father was CIA to the 10th power, if he really was Clinton. Now, I don't buy that story. I don't buy that was his dad and he was killed, his arm hanging out of the fucking car, and then the stepfather, and they just find this guy from the thing, hook him up with Hillary Rodham Clinton at fucking Scott, Road Oxford, come on. A fucking Scott, he's the Rhodes fucking scholar in economics at Oxford, the anti-tariff school, and then he fucking guts NAFTA and he runs as a fucking Democrat when he's really a Republican. Far-right global, I don't even call him, or what it's called, the Republicans. And that's, Eisenhower's daughter. She left the Republican Party so they've fucking gone insane. They're fucking lunatics. They are hell-bent on destroying this fucking earth and taking it. It's the hallmark of the evangelical, the Mormon, what they've evolved into. Jesus died so I could be rich and fuck everybody else. And when the earth goes, I'm taking it with me. They'll tell you that. The Mormons will say, look at this doom-crying fucking chick here making fucking writing books on it. And then as soon as she takes all the money and runs on her doom-crying, the earth was supposed to end on the 23rd or the 27th. And then she says, peace out, bye. It's big money and fear. Fear is who we are. Fucking these fucking cowards and these fear-porn fuckers suck it up, lap it up, drink it up. Not me. No changes are permanent. This young generation is going to have to this fucking culture. We got nuclear fucking waste everywhere. People don't understand the dynamic of Fukushima and Chernobyl. They still think it because, like the Times and these fucking bullshit articles, there are evacuation zones that stay evacuated forever. They're saying, there's a small fucking spot where they're letting people back in. Nobody's going back in. That's just to cut payments. That's all about the litigation, which the United States is running the litigation. They own the fucking island, so that's just as corrupt over there as here. Can you believe they're passing congressional fucking acts that no one's seen? Not even we know that Congress doesn't ever read acts. That's what congressional aid, more slaves. You think, you got an internship, you can come work for Senator so-and-so, which so many of them end up fucking, what is a congressional fucking page or congressional? Historically, we know what they've been. Sex slaves. Remember Shonda Levy? And that creep killed her. We'll be in D.C. right there. And never got exposed. That hairspray fucking rat, married fucking wife, fucking everything was, there you go. 18, 19-year-old girls, and these fuckers are preying on them. And boys. Come out and apprenticeships. They don't pay them. Fucking. What a slave It's a simple concept. It's a simple concept in this country. It's slavery versus enlightenment. Hamilton got it. You can't even have a conversation about tariffs because you're drunk on fucking ignorance and proud fucking of it. Not me. All fucking nuclear fighters, all hands on deck. Let's get some reports on that dam in fucking South Carolina the second you can. We got Michelle. She's all over it. I'll get it to you as soon as I can. She'll know, but we got this waste, this water running through these fucking dump sites. This shit's just buried in the ground. Because you don't give a fuck.
All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. Bloomgate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call